welcome back to the sequel of Stanley Parable. I noticed that if I press escape, we have a new screen here. The sequel is now paused. Are you gonna have a new voice line in the sequel at least?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I hate these balloons. I wanted the other balloons. Daniel? You absolute maniac.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
There's a bucket on top of the pillar.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay. Oh, wait, this is new also. What is going on? Turn it off. No more new content. Has anything changed?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
There's a weirdly high emphasis on the bucket. And I like it.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
What if I stay in here? Anything new to say?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Indeed. What a traveling companion here.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
Can I put it down somehow?
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Why are you so invested in the bucket, Daniel? What is about this bucket? Huh? There's gotta be some sort of dark secret associated with the bucket. Also, I'm trying to look at this clock. This thing is never moving, by the way. You know what's funny? I put in the time 11 something the very first time I opened the game, and the clocks have been that time ever since. Now I'm starting to think, is that just a coincidence? Or were the clocks actually set to the time that I put in? You know?
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
I don't think so, pal.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, yeah? Hold on, what is going on here, actually?
Good,
Whoa!
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Dude, there's another collectible over there. I need to get through some sort of tunnel. But where do I access that tunnel? It's gotta be from the other side. Somewhere. Also, those planks are not structurally sound. How is that not gonna collapse?
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
No.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Daniel, you are a sick man. And I love it. Although you are bordering on being a little bit obsessive about this bucket. I actually do think Daniel is slowly losing his mind here. He's not normal right now.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Wait, really? Another one?
What is comedic
No
timing?
way!
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very
What the
existence
fuck?
and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What the hell?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Dude, these videos are hilarious. I can't believe they went to this much effort for it. You know? I also watched the video in the QR code from the last episode about the sequels. It's so stupid, but it's so funny. I just love that they do it, you know? Also, speaking of these videos, so in this video we just watched, there was this thing we had to practice saying, you know? Similar to the last video we saw when we were in this room, if you remember. Something about making the right choice, if you remember. And the thing we had to practice back then was saying, "Oh goodness, is it 4:30 already? It's time for a snack, back and a crack or something," you know? It's just great that they make up this shit. I love it. Oh, man. The Stanley Parable sequel, huh? Wait, do I walk back here then? Or wait, how does this work? He put on the guardrail again.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail
Oh, it's gone!
the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
The collectible is gone. I have to go back here. I want to grab it. Hold on. Can I go anywhere else? Can I go on top of these boxes? Probably not. This game is absolute insanity. Okay. Come on, Daniel. Let's see it.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Right. Whoa. Time to get jump scared. Oh!
What?
Yeah.
We're back already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, you can do it now. Come on, Daniel. I believe in you. Go for it.
We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
That was a weird sound just now.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
Huh?
Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
What? No. Huh?
Stanley,
What?
you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not?
This game
It
is
a
so
delivery.
fucking weird.
Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket?
Why am I up here?
Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
Sorry, Leroy.
Let's see.
I feel like Daniel is projecting a little bit here. He's projecting his obsession with the bucket onto me. I don't have an obsession with the bucket. I don't. He does, not me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just
Yes.
doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, so I'm really gonna listen now. I have a feeling the door numbers change every time you do this.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay. I do it, Daniel.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment.
Okay.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay, 417. It is changing. I fucking knew it. Alright. Let's go find 417. Oh, the bucket is back.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Daniel, you don't know how I feel picking up this bucket, okay? I think you feel a wave of comfort rush over you when I pick up the bucket. I think you're projecting a little bit. Also, are these boxes new? I feel like I haven't seen them before. Anyway, what was I doing? Wait! Oh, we're doing that again. Maybe it's different now in the sequel. Wait, we are still in the sequel. Yeah. By the way, watching this guy walk past here actually felt like an out-of-body experience in a way. Because I think that was me. Also, the last thing we saw in the last loop, I want to say, when we were standing on top of the roof, looking down on Stanley, literally was an out-of-body experience. We were looking at ourselves from outside the game, watching the interaction between Daniel and Stanley, right? Really interesting way of doing it. Has anything else changed here? Dude, I need to find more computers. Now that we're in the sequel, something different will probably happen if we fill up the progress bar, right?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on
Oh,
his
dude,
left.
I gotta go find the
This
collectible.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Dude, they have so many voiceovers for everything. It's insane. You got more for me?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
You're so right, Daniel. The bucket and I have been through some very tough times together.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home.
Okay, shut up,
Here in
Daniel.
the employee but finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
You know what I think is happening here? I think Daniel is so tired of Stanley at this point that the whole story is really about the bucket now. Like it's his way of projecting a new NPC into Stanley, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. I think I said it wrong, but you know what I mean. Like he's not referring to the character moving around in his world as Stanley anymore. He's referring to the bucket every time.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Aha! This looks hella shoddy.
You found one of them.
Yay!
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I will. And honestly, good enough for me. I enjoy savoring the moments. Ooh. Whoa. What's that? $9.99 collectibles? Water, beer, pickles. Oliver? No, olives. New markers because someone keeps stealing mine for... I can't read it. Some doodles, I think it said. Yo, what the hell? You hear that? Sounds like an airplane. What the fuck is going on? What is this? Narrator dialogue. Narrator sound system.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down, it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Jesus Christ! Oh my god! The bucket is cursed! Okay, I think I figured something out. So we're obviously dreaming right now. So I think we're actually dreaming. And here's why. What do you experience when you dream? You never remember the start of the dream or the ending of a dream, right? You're always just in the middle of it. Like this. I'm just plopped in the middle of it and things don't seem to make sense. None of this game makes sense in any way, shape or form. Nothing is connected. The geometry of the levels make no sense. Someone is narrating what we're doing. You know, it all fits with the idea of a dream. And things are just getting weirder and weirder as time goes on. It's like a distorted version of reality. Gamborata is what he said. And who was that on the tape?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What? Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. No way.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
The guy on the tape was also mentioning how clutching the bucket made him feel incredible. He was filled with euphoria. I think the bucket may provide some short-term gains for you mentally, but in the long run, it's a curse. You know? It's like selling your soul.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Oh, wait, 417. Wait a minute, I forgot about that. Can I do this now?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay. Click it.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
A noble cause, huh? Let's see how noble that cause is.
No, I'm still not feeling it. You see, now that you've gotten the bucket involved, my standards have gone up. Merely clicking a single door is no longer enough. Now, I want to see you press this bucket against multiple doors. Now, that's the kind of thing that merits an achievement. Why don't you put 20 bucket touches into door 417?
Bucket touches. 417. I got lucky, it's the same one. You can count on me, Daniel. I'm going.
Okay, great.
Yeah!
Now, touch the bucket on door 437 a few times.
437. Oh!
Yes, now we're getting somewhere. How about door 415? Give it some bucket love.
Okay, I'll give it some bucket love. 415. Yeah!
Now back to door number 437.
What is happening, dude?
You know, I think the copy machine needs some attention. Why don't you rub the bucket on it a bit?
This one?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it. I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay, dude.
Okay, now bring the bucket on top of employee 419's desk.
That's here. Wait, how does that work?
Yes, this is great.
Oh.
Now the bucket knows exactly what it's like to be employee 419. Now, let's introduce it to door 416.
Dude, I can walk on top of desks. Feels a little bit janky. Okay, so the door of 419 now. But wait. Oh, I don't know what that one is, though. Wait a minute. Fuck, I didn't know what he said. Did he say 419? What did he say? Was it 416?
We've almost got it.
Oh,
now
nice.
Let the bucket and the copy machine touch again.
Okay. Okay, man.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 touches of the bucket on door 430.
Okay.
Yes! We did it! Wow! That felt amazing. You know, not all buckets will get this kind of experience. They won't all know what it's like to slam repeatedly against nearly every door in one section of an office building. Or what it's like to be employee 419. Buckets may dream
Wait,
of an
419?
experience like this, but few can say they've truly lived it. You've given a bucket hope today. Stanley, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. There's nothing I wouldn't do for this bucket, okay? We've been through thick and thin. Wait, have I already clicked? I guess I have. Alright, bucket. Onwards! To new adventures. How about I go left this time?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece. Who is the step-niece? Wait! Oh yeah! The collectible committee or whatever. Figurine committee? Trust the completionist instinct. What we know. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize. Agenda. How could you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Figleys are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? Thank you. Good luck. Wait a minute. This is awesome. Everything has changed. I want to see the start. How can we find them, huh? I want to find them all. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. Aha! So I didn't miss a memo! I knew it! Stanley does not miss memos! Places to search. Mission status. Inside of a sequel exhibit. A large room. Lots of boxes. Oh, are these actively being checked off when I find them? 5 here be. Just take it from me. Gotta collect them all. Lol. Looks like 427. Wow. Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Oh no, not that place. Somewhere both red and blue, I know where that is. Nearby a fireplace, I know where that is. And last but not least, a private but smelly place for an important person. The bathroom of the boss? Warehouse access plan. Number 1. Produce 1 plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. So they got him out of the broom closet. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Apparently we did it. We need more planks. Wait, red, blue? To the right? Something with a tombstone. What? Alarm with a fence? Shh. Oh, that's the boss's office. Fireplace? Input key door? Need to be quiet in there, maybe? Dude, I love this music playing. This is so cool. Reminds me of that one meme with the guy going crazy. The conspiracy theory guy. F-files. Confidential. What does that say? Employees are present. The meeting is starting. Presentation on figurines and how to find them. The meeting is starting. Over. Typewriter font test. The meeting is concluded. Man, that is so small. I'm surprised I could read that. This is great. Difficult findings. Source of levitation. That's a horrible drawing. Oh yeah, look. That's in the boss's office. Maybe we need... Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the fuck up. To whom it may concern. I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiances or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones. Also known as directional mic, a microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area, behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be a reverberance of a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Weird spinning figurines. Artists rendering. Ideas. Saw one in cargo room. Found that one. Employee 421 building a bridge. Wait. Is employee 421 Chris? Hold on. Oh, we can't see it anymore now. Do we need contracts for them? NDA. Potential liability. Can we sell them? Obviously. More money if sold together. How many are there? 6, 15, 1. Should we make them employees? Maybe. Interns. Yes. Why do they kinda look like 427? Hey, my name is Stanley. You assholes. Why floating? Magic? Dreams? Training exercise? Or... what's that? Maragerman. Magnets. Our quarterly success? Right. What do they want? Our data. Stock options. Money. Bonus stuff. What we know, what we forgot, what we don't know yet. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. I love this so much. Where are they? Please, do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigation. Thank you. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies. Stop kidding yourselves. I want to go home. I want them so much. There will be cleaning of this wall required. Who are you? 666 lol. What the fuck, man? Yeah, look. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Chris is employee 421. Employee 421 building a bridge. Aha. We're getting to the bottom of this. Someone spilled coffee. List of rumored locations. In a room. Behind the door. In a room behind a door. Above a door. Under a door? Between two rooms. Near water. Floating far above our heads. In a dark place. In a fairly well-lit place. In a place of uncertain lighting conditions. Where would our boss look? And more. Damn.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
What?
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Now you listen here, fuckstick. The bucket and I have been through so much together you can't even comprehend. You're just a shitty broom closet. How dare you fucking come in here
I
and...
got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah, get out of here, broom closet. You ain't shit. The bucket and I, inseparable.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
I can't believe the gall of this broom closet. I agree with you, Daniel. This broom closet is way out of line. We need to...
I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment.
No.
And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display.
Me too.
You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Indeed. Scram, nerd. This is my property. And don't you forget it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stanley, having defeated the broom closet in hand-to-hand combat, was now on his way up. He had a very daring mission. He was gonna go clean the boss's toilet. Ah, haha. Yeah. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one.
Another miniature Stanley
Yay!
figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I like it. Stanlerine. Although this one could be called a Stan-urine. Ugh, terrible. I apologize. I like these stickers. What if I go in here now? Maybe this will take me somewhere now that I have the bucket. Daniel? You wouldn't pull a fast one on the bucket, would you now? Ah, Daniel. See? Stanley. Again. We're done. Okay, nothing new here. I'll be moving on. Thank you very much.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845.
But hold on. Supposedly there's something in here. Fireplace, right? Also, we have to be quiet here. Remember the shh.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Okay, fine.
2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Man, this place up there is taunting me! There's a reason for that thing to be up there. There's gotta be a way to go up with the elevator. Ah! Easy enough.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I think I enjoy the Figlies more. It's easier on the tongue. I wish I could turn on a flashlight here. I want to see if I can go up somehow. Go up! Can I jump off somehow? No.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Wait, can I go back up?
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something
That's
very
exactly what I
intriguing
said.
about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said
Wait,
nothing.
what do you mean number 3? Wait, what number 3? Wait, I'm confused. I didn't quite hear what he said. Can I go further up now? The number 3?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
What about... Okay, fine. Can I leave here? Can I stand on the bucket somehow and reach higher places? Probably not that place, of course. It's too high, but...
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Wait, go back up.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket. and the bucket said
I
nothing.
feel like this is Daniel's way of coping with the situation. Coping with Stanley being so annoying. Always going backwards, never doing what he's told. So he makes up these jokes with the bucket in order to cope with the situation, you know?
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I'm not done. What the fuck? I need to see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Stanley and the bucket were so close, they'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Is the elevator also moving slower? Bucket, listen to me. The number 3 is so important, okay? I can't explain why. It's the shape of it, the feeling of it when you think about the number 3, the fact that 2 comes before 3 and 4 comes right after. Can't you see, Bucket? I need to go back. Oh, no more dialogue. Okay, maybe that was it.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
Wait.
He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Holy shit!
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
A press conference? World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How we did it, the pyramids. The guy who went to Mars, live. All eyes on Stanley. Stanley. I can't believe there's this whole section here on this. The storyteller. Stanley reveals all in his new book. World peace, baby. An evening with... Oh, that door opened, I see. The Stanley Parable's Stanley. Tonight. Live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Where are all the guests, though? A Q&A with world's first sentient machine. A conversation with Alexander the Great? Doing great.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
You know what all this reminds me of? So I'm holding a press conference to tell the bucket something very profound that I, Stanley, has realized about the number 3, right? I'm gonna tell you a story here that is remarkably similar to what's happening here from my real life, okay? So when I was in high school, there was this girl that I had a crush on, right? And at some point, at that point in my life, I was really into astronomy and all that. I was fascinated by the universe and everything related to it, right? So I wanted to tell her about this fact that we all came from star matter, you know? That stars live their lives and spread their elements throughout the universe, and those elements coalesce into the sun, you know, and the remaining matter became the planets, and life arose, and all of us consist of this stardust, you know? So I told her this whole story, and she looked at me as if I was a kook. As if everything I just told her was like a conspiracy theory. Maybe I made it sound like it because I was so excited about it. You know, she gave me the face as if I told her the moon landing was fake. She did not believe a word of what I said. Okay? And that killed me. Because it was real. It is actually real science, right? But she clearly didn't believe it. And it would be so weird for me to go back to her and tell her, listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, okay? I'm not a kook. This is real. I think if I did that, that would make me seem like a kook. If nothing else, you know? And obviously, I didn't want to appear as if I was obsessed or anything. I mean, maybe I was, but she didn't need to know that. So, my genius plan at the time was to hold a press conference, and I shit you not. Well, not an actual press conference, but to give a talk. So, during that time, the school would regularly have guest speakers give talks at the school. So I went to the principal and I said, hey, listen, you know how you have all these guest speakers come in here and talk about their jobs and give talks and all that? Can I give a talk? You know? And he was like, wait, what are you going to give a talk about? I was like, I was going to talk about science, you know, the universe and life and everything in it and all that. And after some convincing, he agreed to it. He thought it was cool that I took this initiative, you know? So he made it mandatory for everyone in that school to show up to that talk. And it was all just this whole charade just to be able to really explain myself and make it clear that this was real science. And this girl would attend. She had mandatory attendance, you know, so I could explain it to her. So this whole talk was actually for her. It was like an hour-long talk too. You know, I went into great detail to explain every step of the way how we all came from star stuff. You know, and it was all for her. And after that, she came up to me and said, damn, I thought you were joking about that last time. That's so cool. And I felt so good afterwards. Unfortunately, nothing ever came of it. I did ask her out at some point, but she refused. So, yeah, feels bad, man. But yeah. This is just giving me flashbacks to that point of my life right now, okay? Ah, god damn. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Yeah, don't forget us when you're big, you know? This is awesome. You can hear the people murmuring in the back. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Up again, down again. The Stanley story. Wait a minute. Related to the elevator? Up and down? This game is so self-aware, it's insane. An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. Man, who did come up with that? Featured keynote speaker, the Lord. Meet and greet.
There was no one here.
What?
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
No!
There would be no connection. no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Dude. That was kind of depressing, man. That sucks. Poor Stanley. Holy shit. And then we start over. Just like that. Oh, this game is such a mindfuck. Wow. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna end this episode here. Hopefully you didn't press the skip button through my monologuing just before. I'm kidding. It's okay if you do that. Just don't skip button too much, or you'll end up without me, okay? I don't want to fall victim to entropy. Anyway, this game is like dying very slowly, mentally, to a spoon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.